Will that horse saddle? Let's go. My name is Cody Alford. Back in 2018, I retired from the Marine Corps, lost, purposeless, and I hated every aspect of my life. So what I did what any logical person would do. I sold all my stuff, moved into the van, and yes, due to unpopular belief, I spent a lot of time down by the river. But over the course of the next 3.5 years, I would embark on a self-discovery journey to literally rip myself open and find out what really makes me tick and what I really want in this life. Well, fast forward a few years, I've settled in Idaho. I got into archery last year, and now I'm going on my 4th hunt ever. Now, if you watched my previous video, you might have saw that it wasn't a very successful hunt outside of having fun, which I had a blast. So today, we are on the market for all sorts of goody goods. Our trail cam is looking pretty hot right now, so I'm headed to my friend's house, and he's backed up against National Forest. So we are going to hit the ATV and mosey up the mountainside, as they say out here, you know what I'm saying? And see what we can get into. And I'm hoping you enjoy the show. And as always, if you find value in today's video or you just find it pure entertaining, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give me a follow on my Instagram. I'm always posting on Instagram, and by subscribing to YouTube, you can really help me out with achieving my goal. My goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and this year is 2023. And why is that important? I'm gonna tell you why it's important. Because when you set your mind to something, you can do anything. Now, most people won't even start because they think they can't and they think it's impossible. Well, I'm a little psychotic in some ways because I think that, you know what, I can get 80,000 subscribers in a matter of a few months. So here I am doing it, providing value, providing content, and honestly just doing what I love doing. So hope you enjoy the show, and I'll catch you later. I just winked at you, didn't I? Are we live?
We are.
So today is our second hunt together. Now, if you remember our last hunt, I ate a lot of food. This hunt, I plan on eating a lot of food. But we're taking a new vehicle to get there. We're taking this ATV. Because we're going in the mountains, right?
Oh, yeah.
What are we going to hunt for?
Elk and bear.
Yeah, you heard the man. Elk and bear. This is going to jump over everywhere, isn't it?
Not if it's strapped.
What do you think?
Yeah, it'll hold.
Will that horse saddle? I had a friend say that once. He was in my teams. He's like, that horse will saddle. I'm like, what are you talking about? How are you going to ride?
Just hold me like that. I'll just...
Let's go. Man, how beautiful. Dude, modern day man is a bunch of pussies.
Yeah. So it's like when you're talking about that generational thing, it's like starting, like being in war and killing each other and hating each other, that's shit that's passed down. Hunting and like homesteading and stuff, none of that's really passed down now. I mean, it is to an extent, but only in certain cultures.
It's bad enough people don't even understand money, right? Like, I was never taught that. I'm a 38-year-old man, and I just found out about the effectiveness of money this year, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, they don't teach you how to really, they teach you how to spend it, they don't teach you how to earn it and like really like grow it and create wealth. They don't teach you how to be any form of self-sufficient. It's crazy. But they'll teach you that you can be a boy and choose to be a girl. Okay.
So where we're going is way down in there. It's probably like 2 miles down in there. It's between this mountain here and then the one that we're on top. So this ridge line runs.
You speak louder, dude. Or we're hunting. We have to be quiet because we're hunting.
Yeah. I could explain it down there when we park.
I mean, sure. You know what I don't like about the hunting community? Is that it's another perverse community in our country.
How so?
They're just so fucking hateful. I posted like a clip of us doing our hunt the other day,
Yeah.
and like someone was like talking smack about someone that I tagged,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
and I'm just like, why do we do this? Why is this what everyone does? They just shit talk each other, and people hide behind the internet, and everyone uses this term brotherhood, and
Because they're insecure as fuck.
it's just so dumb, dude. Man, you think I should put my coat on?
Maybe when we get down there.
I don't want to get scratched up and shit.
You being a pussy?
Yes. I need my tattoos healthy so the internet can make fun of me.
Pristine.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck was that? Okay.
Where's your release?
Bro, look at...
That's sweet. Money.
Right now, we're gonna just sit here and wait because they've been coming in between like 3:30 and 6:30 at night almost every day down here at this wallow. So the wind's perfect. It's blowing at us. It's not too windy, so hopefully it doesn't change direction, fuck everything up. So that's the game plan. I mean, yeah, military is like full of like PTSD, dudes with guns that are on the verge of a mental breakdown, and they don't want to get help because if they do, they're worried about their job. But you know what's crazy? Some people might think that our law enforcement and our military shouldn't have guns and PTSD, but think about the people that are writing policies and procedures for America, passing laws that are full of PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They might not have a gun, but we all know the pen is mightier than the sword. But what's stupid about PTSD is that, like, they give you this title, and it's like some sense of closure, and through a diagnosis. But at no time is the general practitioners like, no, obviously there's always the some. But they're like, hey, you should take some time off and decompress for a little bit. You should get into some cold water immersion. You should like get into breath work or journaling or something. It's like, hey, you need this pill. So weird. When you got told that you had PTSD, did you feel like an outcast? Or was it kind of common then? I didn't feel like an outcast. You didn't like talk about that stuff in my job. And the only reason I was like talking about it was, and I wasn't even talking about like war. I like hated people that I worked with. So toxic, like leadership in the military, especially the job that I came from. People are like, special operations is better, absolutely, in a lot of ways. But, turd nuggets are still turd nuggets, We live in this world of so advanced technology and advanced everything that people still think the best way to handle your well-being is segregation and or suicide. Only, especially like first world motherfuckers, were like, soak it up. Everyone's got pain. That's what people told me when I was going through all my shit. They're like, Cody, everyone's suffering. I'm like, but you motherfuckers are drinking like a case of Coors Light a night. And like, that's okay for you. Like,
yeah, it's the coping mechanism.
But I get it, right? Like, the military didn't like victimize me. I would say, if anything, the community like allowed me to victimize myself. Because it's such a dog-eat-dog world. And you're like, you either go and redline it forever, and then you end up sabotaging your fucking marriage. Your kids don't even fucking connect with you. And then somehow you meet up in the same team room, and everyone's going through the same thing, and you just shut up and you just like go do your job. And it's like, that becomes like your norm, is like cutting off all sense of like emotion to like anything else, and you just focus on the job. That's why, this is a fucking coping mechanism.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I think that's, people don't make time to actually like connect with their own feelings. As cliche as that sounds, it's like you said with the phone thing, you go out to eat, or you get on the bus or the train or whatever, even the airplane, 90% of the fucking people are on their phones. I've seen families like 20 tabletop of people, and 90% of those people are on their phones having conversations or scrolling on social media or doing whatever the fuck it is.
Man, I get it, dude. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I spread my message and make my money from the phone, Like,
yeah.
I used to always be on that thing. I remember, John and Erica?
Yeah.
So, like, Erica, she, like, messaged me one day. She's like, hey, man, it's really awesome to see you, like, not on your phone. And, like, it was, like, because I was over at their house or something like that. And I'm just, like, it was, like, completely out of the blue. But I'm just, like, fuck. Like, my friend, like, noticed this before, and then she noticed the difference. I'm like, I was always on that thing. When I first got on social media, like, 5 years ago, I was always on my phone. And I wasn't even making money. I was just on the damn thing. Like, messaging people or mainly responding. And then I'm like looking at my phone, typing while my wife's talking to me, and she's still talking to me. And the crazy thing is, like, back then, she didn't even like feel disrespected. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
Now she's very self-aware. She's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the sad part, is like, most people don't even realize that they're disrespecting themselves and allowing themselves to be disrespected.
Yeah.
Because we call these things new norms.
Yeah, it's normal.
Right? And it's like harmless, right? It's like, hey, I'm just on my phone, bro. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Well, the big deal is that we're fucking missing the point of all of this. To explore what being present is, to explore what trying different things are, to utilize technology but not be used by technology, and to find like this harmonious balance. And I'm all about it. Like, I love being on my phone. I get to create stuff. I get to talk about what I believe in. I get to share and make videos like this with you, my friends. Like, but then when I go home,
I've really been working on it. I mean, I personally think this year, my wife might think and see it differently, but I really think I've been doing like a way better job, like not like having like not balance, but like having boundaries where like, hey, it's family time or dinner time, but we went on a date night last night and I pulled out my phone to like make a list of like things that needed to happen on our rental property. And she's like, don't do that during our date night. I'm like, we were talking about it, but still just the sheer fact of having my phone out, typing on it, taking notes. Yeah. It's just like I'm not making eye contact to her or, I'm still not present because I've heard multiple times like multitasking is like not a real thing. Yeah. Which is so weird, dude, because like I remember talking on like 3 fucking radios when I was in the military.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I had 2 radios on me with 2 different channels, and I'd be talking on like a vehicle, like handheld, talking to people in real life, moving people on guns. It's just like I don't think multitasking is like a real thing. I think we just survive various levels of stress.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is to like an extent, right? Because I'm kind of the same boat. Like I was on 3 different radios and then working on a computer too, like in a patrol car or doing undercover shit. And it was all, you got your patrol radio, then you got your unit's radio, then you got a computer. I'm good. Then you got a computer to look up various aspects of whatever you're doing, but you're able to semi-focus on all those things, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, the wife will come up and ask me a question, I'm on my phone, and it's like, I'm paying attention to you. I can recite exactly what you just said to me, but my full attention isn't on you, So.
What I've been learning with my wife is that one of her big things is like not feeling seen. Like if I'm not like paying attention to her, she feels unseen and unheard. And I know my parents loved me, but like there are some times I felt like unseen. Not in like a bad way, just in some ways, right? And when it comes to like my wife, if I'm not like giving her like making eye contact, or worst of all, what really she hates is when I don't acknowledge her. When she says like, hey, did you do this? Or hey, it's over there. And like me not saying anything to like, hey, gotcha, I understand. That does not go over well. And honestly, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you're used to like doing things a certain way, and once you start to like wake up and realize that how you've been doing certain things, like there's a way better way that has like way more self-respect and self-worth involved. You're like, I've been doing this wrong, but I thought I was doing it right.
Yeah.
Because before you used to smile, now you're pissed. Well, no shit. I used to do a lot of things that I just don't do anymore. Everyone changes and grows, and I think that's like the, mental health and post-traumatic stress. They're all like gateways into something bigger. Because if you get to the point where you get like a diagnosis or you get told you have like PTSD, I mean, you can never say you're lost because you know exactly what you can spend time on. But that's a journey that most people don't want to do because it takes self-realization, self-reflection, and it takes honesty to be like, you know what, I need help. Or, for years I used to play God. You ever heard that? Like, don't play God. You're not your own God. And I know. When I was going through, like, when I had, like, no belief system, and I was, like, going through, like, I'm a spiritual person, and, like, just this, like, unsure individual, in charge of, like, my well-being. I'm in charge of, like, what I'm doing, and people were like, don't be playing God. I'm like, what? What does that even mean? But like quite recently is that like we're not designed to like heal and evolve by ourselves. You know, like, we're not created to just bear the weight of the world by ourselves. You know, like, you always hear, like, these, like, Native Americans, when they come back, or the war parties would come back, they would get all the braves around the fire, and they'd do, like, you know, medicine dances, and the medicine woman, medicine man would come out there, and, like, they would heal. They would integrate the people back into the tribe. Not in America. We outcast you. We label you. We make you feel unworthy. And even if you are welcome, right? Because I think most medical institutions, let me rephrase that. I think most practitioners in the mental health space, as well as organizations that have those, like, departments, they all mean well. But you really want to be seen going to one of those things and little Timmy or Karen walking down the hallway and say you walk into the office, you know, there's like all these like stigmas associated with that. When we should not be so scared to be fucking human. Stop trying to be God, that we're fucking all invincible and our problems will just go away. No, bitch, they don't go away. You just suppress them. And one way or another, they're going to come up. And from my experience, they come up at the most unopportune times. And that's called a motherfucking meltdown. It might be another dry hole tonight. What? I said it looks like we might be at another dry hole tonight. Yeah. Do you feel like a cop talking into this thing? Yeah, I'm like a fucking secret agent, dude. Breaker 19. Well, internet, there you have it. Hunt number 2. I'd still say it's a success. It's always a success when you're in the woods. Job fill. Alright, what's something that my audience could gain from, like a lesson from like today or life or being a short Italian? What do you think? I'm not short or Italian. Irish, way different. That's an insult these days. I'm politically incorrect. Just kind of what you were saying earlier, man. Like, don't take life so seriously. Life is serious, but you gotta have fun at the same time. Do you hear that? Have fun. It's okay to not be right all the time, or to say things and not know the right answer, and to go out in the woods with no expectation other than having fun with the intent to harvest. The intent, but not expectations. You can't expect shit to go your way all the time. And if you live a life full of expectations, you are going to be severely disappointed in life. YouTube, I appreciate you. Till next time. Peace.